are going home sooner than we think. I'm gonna share the dream my niece had a week ago. A couple days later, I tell my sister what happened with the vision. She's like, yeah, she showed me the picture, but she had a dream about Jesus. And the first thing I say, like, what did she say? And so she's like, actually, I didn't ask her too much, but she told me that she dreamt about him and a whole thing. And so she did the following day, and she called me today to tell me what the dream really was. So first of all, my sister says I 100% believe she had a dream with Jesus, because the way she woke up, she always wakes her up very like gentle, giving her kisses. And when she woke up, she said that she had the biggest grin in her face, and she was so happy. She's like, Mommy, I dreamt about Jesus last night, and it was so amazing because we had a party, Mom. We were in a party. And she's like, what do you mean, honey? She's like, well, there was a really long table, Mommy, and you and Daddy had crowns. You had a purple crown. Remember this? A purple crown. A gold crown with purple gems, and Daddy had a gold crown with red gems. And my sisters, she said, described each one. She's like, and she had a light pink, and the light. Her youngest sister, she had a dark purple color on her. And she's like, wow, like, what else, honey? Like, she's like, yeah, we had a big feast. We had salad on the table. There was so much food, and there was steak on the table. And I also saw my auntie, which is me, my auntie and my other auntie. And I saw grandma, and I saw Pita, which is her great grandma. And you all look like royalty, Mommy. And then she's like, she's like, when did you see Jesus? She's like, oh, me and Jesus were playing. He was playing with all the kids, he was so amazing, And she's like, how does Jesus look? And she's like, well, Mommy, he looked with blue, green eyes. Like, they changed, Mom, but they were like that. And his hair was like a little spiky, and it was long, but not too long. It was like short. She said that it wasn't like a dark black hair, it was like a light brown hair, and that she loved him, and she was having so much fun with him. And so my sister asked, well, like, what was he wearing? She's like, oh, he was wearing all white. And she's like, okay, like, is that it? And she's like, no, I also, like, Jesus was playing with us both, so were the angels. And she's like, how did the angels look like? And she's like, well, they had a rainbow over their head, a whole rainbow. Which, again, guys, if you look at my last video, you could see when you zoom in, those are angels. They have rainbow color. They're angels. So just to the part where my sister's telling me that her crown was purple, I started crying, like bawling, and I'll tell you why. Probably a month before, me and my sister were on the phone praying for my mom, and we were just praising God for each other, because for many years we used to fight so much, and we finally grew up, and the Lord just knitted us back together, and we were just thanking him. And she was just fighting in the spirit, and as she was fighting, the Lord gave me a vision in the moment as she was praying, and he showed her as a little girl and showed me, and he showed me that he was crowning her with a gold crown with purple gems, and he was crowning me with red gems. And I was crying, and I remember telling her this over the phone, and I remember that so vividly because I had her look up what the significance of purple gem, what it meant, and I looked mine up. But that's what my niece saw in the dream. So I was literally today crying when I heard just that part, because I was like, my sister, like, I've been praying so much for this. And I honestly think, guys, in my humble opinion, I honestly think he waited for this moment, because we are like this close to going home. And the funny part is that my niece's birthday is literally a couple days after mine. So listen, I never thought like that I was gonna hear dreams from my nieces or from anyone. And my other cousin, that she's like my sister, she she completely changed. Like, she said, Angie, you're right about everything. And again, this is just, it blows my mind that my family is now seeing everything exactly what I prayed for. And I think it's because we're going home soon. Okay, I'm gonna share a couple things. One, I'm gonna share the dream that she had recently. Hold on tight with that one. Two, I'm gonna share the vision she had while she was up, like awake. And three, I'm gonna share how the Lord confirmed that vision through one of you without me even posting about it. Since September, in the beginning of September and going forward, I felt absolutely nuts because Jesus was talking to me, telling me he was returning. And I was trying to tell everybody on my family, but everyone was like, oh, like, yeah, honey, it's gonna happen, you know. And they believed me, you know, but no, 100%. And in November, there's the proof. I went into a water fast and I asked the Lord this. I said, my king, in this fast, I also pray that you give visions and dreams to all my nieces and nephews, to my sister, Chris, Margarita, Carlos, my mom, everyone that's still doubting. God is so faithful, because my niece had a dream last week about the wedding that we are gonna be part of. Okay, let me calm down, guys. I'm so excited to share this. You have no idea. I've been praying for this since November. So first, let me start with her vision, okay, that she had. Last week, I went to see her, and she has the same gifts that I do. I know it 100%. She's very creative. She could visually see things, perceive things, and she's a dreamer, you know? She's 5, but she's very, very well-spoken, and she's amazing. So last week I went to go see her, and I said the Lord put in me that she practices her gift, you know, and I told her, honey, do you want to draw something and just wait for the Lord to tell you what to draw? Like, he'll show you an image to in your head, I mean. And she said, yeah. So she took it very serious. She sat there and waited. And I confirmed that this was from the Lord, because before she started even drawing, she grabbed a pink and purple. And I told her, honey, well, you have to wait for him to show you before you pick your colors. And she really wanted those colors. And she said, I guess you're right. And then she waited. And my other niece, she's younger than her, she's like, hey, are you done? Like, did Jesus show you yet? And she's like, no. And she kept waiting. Like, she was waiting for him to show her. So she dropped, after she said she finally showed her, she dropped those colors, the purple and pink, and she started looking for other colors. And we moved from the playroom to the coffee table in the living room. And so my other niece had grabbed the yellow color, a yellow like crayon, and I grabbed it to put it back. And the Lord told me in my heart, he's like, no, hold on to it, because she's going to use that color. And I kid you not, minutes later, she's like, Dia, have you seen the yellow color? I can't find it anywhere. I'm like, it's right here in my hand, because the Lord told me to give it to you. And so she draws it and she's like, okay, it's done. And so she shows me, and it's the rainbow. And I'm like, is there a reason why? Like, did he tell you why? And she's like, no, he just showed it to me. And although she didn't say anything specifically that the Lord showed her from that vision and she drew it, I had a feeling it was a sign of his return. Because the more I'm looking at, like, you know, I did a video about the angels, like they have so much colors and stuff. The rainbow has a big significance. I leave her house and then I get a message from this girl named Stephanie, which I've actually, crazy enough, I had a vision before, and she showed me, she commented on my video with a picture she drew, and we had the same thing different times. And I kid you not, she messaged me again and say, hey, let me show you the screenshot. She's like, hey, hi girly, I didn't know who else to tell without sounding crazy, but I had another dream. It was very vivid, like glimpses of events, but the main thing I remember is seeing Jesus on a white horse in the clouds under a rainbow. He had a crown and like maybe a staff. I haven't, well, you could see the rest. So just that alone, my mind is blown.